What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another video. And in today's video, we have some wicked news. Finally, for so long, we have been waiting for this moment to happen. We finally have full confirmation that the new dual unit, Neko Mamashi and Inuarashi, will be arriving on One Piece Treasure Cruise very soon, and it likely is going to be a global release on not only just the global version, the English and French versions, but likely on Korea and Japan all at the same time, judging by what we're seeing right now. So there is a post that went live on the Japanese side of the game. There's actually a maintenance happening right now on the Japanese version of Treasure Cruise, and it was kind of weird because when we went onto the website to check what news was actually coming up, this banner was here with Inuarashi, Neko Mamashi, and obviously this is pertaining to the 100 million download celebration that happened late last year. I think it was in like late November, early December, and with that event we got to choose which dual unit could come out. So we decided with the whole community, with everyone playing the game, that between, it was like Neko and Inu, the other one was Usopp and Chopper, Nami and Robin, and Kid and Killer. Those were the four options that we could choose. Neko and Inu won quite comfortably actually in that poll. And this is the new dual legend that's going to be coming out soon. So I'm really excited for this legend to come out. But something really crazy that they have never done before with a legend releasing is we get to choose what abilities this legend has. Now, not to the exact T as in certain multipliers, but just the features of the character. What gimmicks does the character have that we get to play around with this new legend? So in this video, we're going to be talking about what the poll selection is, because we do get to choose like between two different options as to which one we want to go ahead and pick. And this is also available on the Facebook page. So this is the current One Piece Treasure Cruise Facebook page, and over here they actually made a post with the abilities of the character, which we'll be going through soon. But obviously here's the banner here. I don't know if these sprites are going to be the actual sprites in the game. We'll have to wait and see for that. But there is going to be a voting period for this, and the selection for each of the abilities is the exact same between all versions, it seems like, because these two abilities here are in Japanese. There's only two options you get to choose from, but these ones right here are the exact same ones that are on this Facebook post here, so we'll go through that soon as well. Though it does mention here, when we translate this post here, it says special move, which is the special ability, captain effect, and replacement effect, which I think it means the swap effect. Besides the effects of the combinations, other effects may also be added. So I think that is talking about the fact that, like, yes, the character that we choose with whatever abilities will have those abilities, but there might be additional gimmicks with that coming. So that's likely talking about like the specific classes that they boost or colors that they might boost. And I think that those things are pretty much set in stone, but in terms of other gimmicks, like what specific swap effect that they're going to have, what their special ability is going to do, that will pretty much be decided by us as a community. So let's get into the abilities. I know you guys are really excited to see what they're going to be talking about. So here we are on the Facebook page right here. It says vote and decide on the abilities for the new DOGSTORM and CATVIPER. It's now time to decide the abilities for the new DOGSTORM and CATVIPER that was voted for in the 100 million downloads of One Piece Treasure Cruise event, which was, as I said, late November, early December. The whole world will vote on the ability set for the upcoming SugoFest exclusive DOGSTORM and CATVIPER. I cannot wait for these characters to come out. The votes will be tallied, and the most voted captain ability set will be the abilities for this character. Select one of the ability sets from the survey form in this post, and details of the possible abilities are shown below. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. So let's start off with the first set here. Okay, so here we go. This is set ability A, multiple boosts in one to defeat powerful foes. So the special ability of the first set states that it's going to boost attack and type effects. So type effects refers to color affinity. So the special ability, when you activate it, if you do choose this set, means that they boost attack and color affinity upon activation. Also boost slot effects, which is an orb boost after successful perfect tap. So this is the exact same ability that we've had with Legend Lucy, where, you know, you use his special ability, you get a boost on one turn, and then if you hit a certain amount of perfect, perfects, in the next turn you get a bigger boost. Where this time around, instead of just being a bigger boost, it's just like it's an orb boost on the next turn. So that's interesting. It's a really interesting kind of effect. I personally would have preferred it if the attack boost was on the next turn, because that means that if you are hitting a certain amount of perfects and you move on to the next room, that you do have to make sure you get your orbs in check. Otherwise, you know, you're going to be left with neutral or negative orbs, and that's going to be quite annoying to deal with. So I feel like the orb effect should have been the initial activation, and then the type boost should have been afterwards. Either way, I feel like there's going to be a lot of good characters coming out that will kind of support these characters. Surely there's going to be lots of ways around that, but either way, that's really, really exciting to see. Now, the captain effect of ability A. Powerful effect when making perfect taps. Also, recover HP based on the number of perfect taps. So this is actually really cool as well. So I feel like this type of captain effect is the combination of version 2 Lucci, where every time you hit a perfect, you get a slight increase in your attack. And he also recovers HP every time you hit a perfect. So that also reminds me of V2 Law. So every time you hit a perfect, you heal a slight recovery value based on a multiplier times the character's recovery statistic. So I feel like it's a combination of those two pushed together. And I'm a massive fan of both V2 Law and V2 Lucci. So personally, I'm a massive fan of that captain effect. I feel like it works really, really well. And also it makes a lot of sense, of course, because the special ability is based off the amount of perfects that you hit, and the captain ability obviously is also going to be pertaining to the amount of perfects that you hit as well. Now, the switching effect of this set of abilities states that he's going to remove paralysis and despair from your crew. Obviously, there's no amount of turns that we can see so far. If I had to assume, I would guess he removes all turns of despair if you switch, but then maybe paralysis could be like maybe 5 turns of paralysis. But it says from your crew. So it's interesting because it looks like it's going to definitely remove paralysis from all characters on your crew, but the despair obviously only works for your captain. So I don't know, we'll have to wait and see if this one does get chosen, to how much of an extent that's going to be. But even if one of these sets do not get chosen, I feel like we might see one of these ability sets, you know, occur on another legend later on down the track. But that's the full set of ability A. So just to fully reiterate this, special is an attack and color affinity boost, and after a certain amount of perfects, you get an orb boost in the next turn. The captain effect will give you recovery per turn and a slight increase of attack depending on how many perfects that you hit. So as we said, combination of V2 Law and V2 Lucci. And the switching effect removes paralysis and despair. So overall, pretty awesome character. And as we said, we don't really know what he's going to be boosting. We don't know if he's a color booster or a class booster or a rainbow captain. But looking at it right now, I feel like this would be an amazing, amazing set for this character, Nekomamushi and Inuarashi. So now we get to talk about the second ability set. So ability set B, control and boost slots to defeat strong enemies. So the special ability of set B changes all slots into matching ones and boost slot effects. So I assume that slot effect boost is going to be very, very big, considering, you know, we have boosting attack and type effects. Because he does so many different boosts in one, I don't think it's going to be too crazy. Maybe a 1.75 attack and 1.75 orb. Color affinity, and then maybe it's a 2.25 orb boost in the next turn. But because this guy right here just has an orb boost, I feel like he's going to be like maybe a 2.25 orb boost straight off the bat. And then he also removes unfavorable slot effects. So this would be any type of special ability or special debuff that's put on your crew where, like, let's say, you know, all colored orbs are counted as negative. He removes that with that special ability. Now, there aren't that many characters in the game that can do that. So that alone makes me very, very interested in that particular effect. And the fact that he is his crew's own orb booster as well as providing matching orbs, that is very, very good. And that alone, kind of makes me want to go for set B, just because a special ability like that is so unique and so powerful. I would love to get my hands on a character like that. So I'm a big fan of this guy's, of set B's special ability. Now, in terms of the captain effect of set B, he increases the chances of landing on a strength or a psi slot, so that automatically would assume that Neko and Inu are going to be strength and psi. Now, we already know that version 1 Inu was a strength unit and version 1 Neko was a psi unit. I hope that they switch them at the very least. I hate it when they make like a V2 Legend and it's the exact same color, like V2 Fuji. I was pretty pissed off about that V2 Fuji was the exact same color as his version 1. So I hope at the very least that they switch the colors around, but we'll have to wait and see. So he increases the chances of landing on a strength or psi orb, which is good, and also further boosts attack when you have a strength or a psi orb. Okay, so this is actually very similar to Legend Zoro V2, who came out, like, he was the most recent legend to come out on Japan, where if you have a Dex or an Int orb on your crew, then that character gets a much bigger attack boost. I think that's what it was. It was something like that. So that's pretty cool. I'm a pretty big fan of that, especially because he does increase the chances of you landing on that particular type slot. I just hope that if this set is chosen, that when the characters are in their solo forms and they're not combined, that it still will increase the chances of those slots specifically. Like, if it's just the strength unit out, I hope they don't increase the chances of just strength orbs. I hope that it does continue that, so you could get, you know, a really good boost with this. So we'll have to wait and see. But remember, his special ability does change all type slots, all orbs, not even just type, but all orbs into matching. So that means that you would have to run characters that are going to be strength or psi, and he doesn't make strength or psi beneficial for your crew either, so that also would have been a really nice touch to add. So I don't know, I definitely think that the captain ability is a bit iffy. It's a bit iffy for me personally. It depends how much the attack multiplier is. I would go ahead and assume that as the combined character, and if they have a strength or a psi orb, that it's going to be at least a 4.25 times attack boost. It might be higher, we'll have to wait and see. But he's going to be strong. He's going to do lots of damage. And the switching effect of set B will change strength and psi character slots. It doesn't have anything, like, it doesn't give me any more details about that. It just says strength and psi characters get switched their orbs. But remember, you do have increased chances of landing on strength and psi slots when you are the captain, so the chances of you getting more strength and psi orbs is pretty likely. And also removes slot bind from himself, so that's awesome as well. We know that Luffy and Ace also does this, so that when they switch, they remove despair bind and slot bind on themselves. This character will also do that, and it makes a lot of sense considering the character is very orb based. You need the specific orb in order to get your high boost, so removing slot bind, I feel like is a given. That had to be there for this character to be, you know, as good as what he is. So there we go, guys. That is the full rundown of the two different ability sets that we can potentially have for the dual legend Neko and Inu. Now, there's no confirmation as to when these characters are going to be released. You know, as we saw, the voting for these characters was in November or December last year, and we're only getting this specific poll now as to what these characters are going to be doing. So, you know, it could be, you know, another couple months before we get the actual release of these characters. But it is finally awesome that, you know, they're actually addressing the fact that, yes, these are the characters that are going to be arriving. We'll have to wait and see when they're going to be fully confirmed, though. But I am very excited, and I cannot wait to see which ability set they're going to have. Either way, they're going to be good. They are going to be good no matter what ability set. I still don't really know which one I want to choose. I love the special ability of Ability B, but I kind of prefer Ability A's Captain Effect. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. See what you guys down below in the comment section. Let me know which one you guys like to see. Also, down below in the comment section, I will link this particular post so you guys can go over to the Facebook and vote for which one that you guys want on Neko and Inu. I'd be very interested to see what the poll ends up landing on. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys did, make sure to leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.